Welcome to Tower Gardening Made Easy, and I'm Sherry. If you're new here, thank you so much for coming by, and make sure you tap that button below and grow our community. Well, today we're about to find out how deep my love is for tower gardening. So let's go see. Okay, guys, so we all know I live up in the Northeast and that I tower garden in the basement. And I got this tower yesterday. It's secondhand, and it was filthy. But, you know, it was such a good deal that I wanted to get it. I want to add it to the groups downstairs, but it needs to be cleaned. So this is definitely a lesson for people that you need to clean your towers. So, you know, once a year, twice a year, depending on where you live, if they're outside, you just need to clean them. You have to. So I went out here yesterday. As you can see, there's snow on the ground, and I'm about to use a power washer and get soaked. And I put some cleaning, and I did some scrubbing. I even tried to put some of the stuff through the dishwasher, but it didn't really work. So I let some of the cleaning agents sit in the units overnight outside. And now I think it looks like it's somewhat loosened. We had some snow this morning. So I'm going to just quickly take the power washer to them outside. Yes, it's, you know, it's like 28 degrees out here, and I'm going to do this. But this is what I was talking about. This is my love for what I'm doing. I really believe in the tower gardening and being free from the grocery stores and growing my own produce in the middle of winter in Newport. So it's going to get loud, but we got to do this because we got to get this tower set up, and we got to get it downstairs, and we got to get plants planted in it. Maybe the bok choy. All right, let's get cleaning. I feel like Rambo. This is my love right here. All right, here we go. Yep, so it's cleaning up real nice now. So the chemical, it was just like a general cleaner that I used. So a power washer is definitely the way to go, guys. It's battery operated, but it does the trick. So all the dirt's coming up nicely. It's not going to be brand new, but it will definitely be free from what was in there. Oh, I'm getting wet. A hot shower is definitely in order after this. Call me crazy. Oh yeah, that one's coming up nice. I have extra pieces downstairs of the big guys, so I could definitely use those. We have like 2 inches of snow. All right, here's the big one. Here's the big piece. This is the top. Okay, we'll put that there. A little aggressive. Sorry about that. Can you guys see? Probably not. Let's move these. Oh my God, I'm soaking wet. And I'm cold. Oh, went right through my sneaker. I think it's frozen, guys. Oh my God. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this tower belonged to somebody, and they left it outside in New England. And you gotta clean it. If you got towers, then you gotta buy a power washer because it's the only way to clean them. Get the job done. What can I say? And then this is the main bottom, the bottom part. Oh my God, it has snow on it. The inside actually doesn't look too bad. Oh my God, it's dripping in my sneaker. Inside looks pretty good. I'll get the snow off though. All right. Okay. So again, if you have towers, you have to clean them. And this really wasn't that expensive. I'm not promoting it, but it really just makes the job a little bit easier. I don't suggest you do it in 28-degree weather with snow on the ground. But I don't want to start this tower up and have all kinds of debris and things that will get into the water to mess with the nutrients and the pH. So I'm going to let this stuff dry off, and then we'll bring it downstairs and get this, loaded in another video. Well, I'm back inside where it's nice and warm, and I'm downstairs in the grow room where it's very tropical, and all of the pieces are here, and a few extra pieces that I've had from the other towers that came with them. So afterwards, after I finished power washing, I brought everything inside, and I actually ran a couple more pieces through the dishwasher to see if I could get any more of the gook off. And some of it came off, and some I just decided that I've got some extra pieces that came with the towers that are brand new. So I'm going to take this used, gently loved tower and add some new pieces to it. So now I've never put together the home version. I've only done the flex, but I think they're relatively the same in terms of putting them together. I will say that this model is a couple of years old, so I can already see some differences with cords. Definitely the lights, I'll show you that later, how the bottom is in two pieces versus one piece, but it's the same thing. It's just an older model. So you just need to be aware of, if you're going to buy something secondhand, compare it to what the product is today. So let's go ahead and get building. And I'm going to do my best. If I fumble, I fumble. I'm probably not going to edit, just so you can see that it's not difficult, but I'm going to be using some mishmash of screws and wing nuts. And the person that I got the tower from gave me some of these screws. I don't know what they're for, but let's figure it out. Okay, so here we go. Flex. The first thing I like to do is put this tube on. And this is standard tubing from the Flex and or the Home. And it just has a little screw to it that goes on the bottom. And then it attaches to the pump. Now, I had to take the pump from this used tower and put it onto tower 6, because remember in the other video where we talk about moving, that pump was a brand new pump, but it just didn't work. So I have another one coming. So we won't be connecting the pump today, but I'm going to go ahead and put this on the bottom. So what I like to do, I've seen some people put the pump on it and then this, but I like to attach this to the bottom first and then add the pump later. And the reason is that this part it's awkward, and it's awkward to get your hand in here. So, and this first component is the first component it's fixed. So I'm going to go ahead and screw this on. The little pump that you attach, it's relatively small, and it swirls around in the water when you attach it, but it's much more difficult with this big piece. So, you want to give this a good, make it tight, but don't strip this. This is actually an older one too. Actually, I think I ordered a new one that should be coming. Now, this is going to go ahead and just sit right on top of the base. Now, with the Home base, there is no dolly. It comes on wheels already, so that's key. But it doesn't hold as much water as the Flex. The Flex is 20 gallons. I don't know what this is. I want to say it's probably like maybe half of that, so 10, but I'll be sure to look on their website when I do the nutrition part. We'll do that together. But as it stands right now, the bok choy that I think is going to go on this, it's not even ready. So, okay. So there are holes that you have to line up. So you want to make sure that when you put this down, that you can see down. So there's 1, 2, 3, 3. And we'll go ahead and attach that with some wing nuts. Now, oh, the other thing is these guys. So the long rods have to get attached to this. Again, I've never done one of these before, so I want to say it's relatively similar to the flex. So you want to make sure that there's a screw on one side, and it needs to go all the way to the top. And the other one. Oh, in the last video that we did with the moving, and I can attach that if you want to see that, is where we planted the beans. And it's been less than 24 hours, but I came down this morning and they all look really good. Seem super happy. So that's a good thing. So these have to go into the perspective holes. We'll do one at a time. All right. So this is what I was talking about, getting your hand inside. Now, if you're small like I am, it's not that hard. But if you're a little bit bigger or a gentleman who's tall, you're not going to be able to get your hand in here. So you're just going to have to lift it. But I'll just go underneath. So this is a wing nut and it attaches to the bottom. And this is what stabilizes everything. So I'm just screwing it in. There we go. Nice and tight. So they're letters, so you got to, I kind of remember that the last time I built one. So again, see how my arm is inside? It's like, it's uncomfortable. Yeah, I think this needs to be an A, so I'll redo that one. Again, I want to do this raw for you guys because otherwise you're going to make the same mistakes, and then maybe you'll watch this video and you'll go, oh yeah, it wasn't supposed to be, it was supposed to be an A. So, okay, just attaching the wing nut. It's a long thread. There we go. It's tight now. All right, so I'm going to undo this one and put it into A. I'm pretty sure that's what needs to happen. A first. So these guys, this top cleaned up pretty well, but still, there's still a little bit of gunk on there. So we'll see. If I start having issues with the tower, honestly, it wasn't a lot of money. You live and you learn. I thought I got a good deal, but to go outside in the cold like I did, whatever, it's fine. I'm a New England girl. All right, it's an A. What's a little power washing in the snow? Come on. We've all been outside for periods of time in the rain, the snow. Listen, if you're in a tropical country, God bless you. Comment below and tell me where you live, because I'm going to tell you how jealous I am. But here in New England in the summer and the spring and the fall, honestly, I wouldn't trade it. I just wouldn't, because it's just so magical here with everything that blooms. And the summers they're gorgeous, especially in Newport. And then the fall, oh my God, I would never trade that for anything. Okay, so these are nice and tight now. So the next thing to do is to put the next component, which would be the B. Okay, so again, inside there's letters. So I like to put my fingers on the bottom because I can't really see. So you just line them up, put it on. Now this is the new component. So I don't know if this will pick up in the camera, but the sun does a number on these things. So I know that this tower was outside for 2 summers. And you can see how the UV light destroyed it. So if that's where you want your towers, that's fine. I mean, eventually I might put mine outside too, but or a couple. But you can see how this is bright white and this is just patinaed. But that's okay. I mean, like, we all just got to do you, and that's all right. All right, so now we're going to go back to A. And again, The one thing with this is you can't really see. You gotta really look hard. And that's why the finger thing is so important. So oh, there we go, A and A. Tower Garden, here's a tip for you. Make the letters a little more pronounced because you just can't see them. I mean, look at my fingers. They're on the hole, and that's how I line them up because it's really difficult to see them. Now, as you're putting this together, it's really important that they snap together. If they do not snap together, what's going to happen is you're going to get some mineral buildup. You're going to get some algae buildup, and you're also going to lose water. So you want to make sure that this bad boy is nice and snug. So, okay, so we just did A, so now we're going to do B. And again, these are the new components that I had lying on the floor. So I have 3 upstairs. And 3 extra pieces. Oops, there we go. B. See? If you don't, there we go. Come on. Okay. All right. So, let me see if I can get the extension rods. I may have to adjust those. Yeah, they're gonna go. Okay, good. There wasn't much thread. I can't really show you that at the top, so I was concerned that that main rod had to be adjusted so I could lift it, but this grabbed it very nicely, so I'm making it nice and tight. So the extension rod has this type of nut. I don't know what it's called, but it's where it has the threads on the inside. So that's what I'm using. And you just twist it just a little bit so it grabs those threads. And again, you just want to make sure everything's really tight because the tighter that you get it, it's going to clamp down on these each compartment and just make it that much tighter. So what? So no mineral buildup, no algae on the sides. If you go and you belong to any of these like Facebook groups, Tower Garden has one, there's tons of them. Join them because you're going to start to see other people's towers and you're going to remember watching this video and me explaining to you as you're building this, before you plant anything, before you put any water in it, make sure that it's tight and you're going to think back and go, oh yeah. So you just want to make sure, and you also want to make sure that these guys are even too. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the next one on. Now, the tower garden only comes with obviously the original that's attached to the bottom, and they give you 3 sections. And then they give you 2, like half of the baby green. So what I'm going to do, and you can do this on any tower, whether it's home or flex. And again, these were extra pieces. I'm going to go ahead and add a 4th. This is it. So there's 4 here. So this would be the 5th piece. And then the baby green. So I'm going to give myself 4 extra growing containers. So what did I do? This was B. So now I got to go A. Oh my God. So, and as this gets taller, it gets a little more difficult to line it up. And then as it comes down, I look to make sure, because I think we'll know in a second. Yeah, that's right. And see how I'm squishing it? Okay. Let's see, baby green. So this will be interesting because I may need that next extension. I may have to actually add one more part to add the baby green. I don't know. This is where this will get interesting. All right, so this was A. So this has to go B now, which is these guys. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna have to put the extension rod on. And if you buy multiple towers, I don't know if this is gonna work. We may have to take this apart, but again, you don't know until you try. So I have a feeling I may have to take this off. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work because it's going to sit higher. Yeah, that's not going to work. The rods have to be longer. So that fourth piece, not going to work because these extension rods will sit, yeah, because it won't be able to clip. So no. And again, I'm not going to edit this out because this is just thinking outside the box. And you're going to be doing, oh yeah, I remember watching that. So I'm just going to have to take this piece out, which is a total bummer. Total bummer. But okay, we'll play. So A, I'm going to go to A now. Let's try B. Okay, so I'm merging, this could be the other thing too. I'm merging new pieces with old pieces. So it could be the difference, and that's what's going on. That they don't want to line up. Yeah. But it also gives me options, so I'm going to try this. Maybe that's why there's so many holes, other than just for the ring. Okay, all right. So merging old, I just learned something new. So when you're merging old pieces to new pieces, there are other holes than the A and the B. Okay, so I just learned something new, and it looks like they're all built from the same mold. So I'm just going to have to make sure that that wing nut is on. Let's put the other one on. So, okay, this isn't even an A or a B. It's just a hole. So I got to line up so it clicks like that. So wherever the holes are, the closest. Maybe there. No. I'm going to swivel it so it goes there and there. So I'm glad you guys are getting to see this. Nope. So it really should be like that. Yeah, merging old and new. No, that's not going to work. So maybe if I put this one down first. Let's try this one first. All right, so I'm going to go back to this inner holes of B and B. No. Yeah, I have a feeling this is an old versus new. That's what happens. No. It's got to go like one. It's got to go like a hole right there. And then something right across from it. All right, well, that fits. Now, I have a feeling I'm probably going to have to go upstairs and get those old pieces because I don't know. That's telling me I'm just in some random hole. And so now I need to line this guy up. So if that goes on, it must. No. It doesn't want to do it because it's old. Oh, sugars. Oh no, wait. Oh no, we got it. Oh my God, we got it. Okay, so I had to use a random hole on this one, and I think that's why there's so many holes. And then I had to use the bee to get it to work to marry to the new pieces. So okay, we did it. All right. And guys, I'm not going to edit this so you can see the struggle that I went through. So if you're going to use new pieces, as in like 2025 or 24, this is, I think, I want to say this tower is like 3 to 4 years old. So there was some type of a change in their design. So there you go. All right, so I'm not even going to screw around with the other piece. I'm just going to go ahead and put the shower cap on. And pray to God that it works. It should, because this is the old, there we go. Okay. Ah, yes. Oh, small miracles. All right, so I need wing nuts. These guys. And these guys just get fastened to the top of the extension. And again, this is the part that it needs to be tight because it's screwing it down to the bottom, and so that it doesn't let the water seep out of the sides. So you got to just use your muscles. And I always tighten one side, and to the best of my ability, and then I put the other one on, and then I go back. You can hear it. It's just like it's just jamming down there. The threads are just grabbing it. Okay. Yeah. Good. All right. So I'm happy with that. All right. That looks good so far. I wish we could go a little bit taller, but again, I think I'd have to use the extension, and I'm okay with that for right now. I think it'll be okay. I'll play around with it. Now, there are some, this is the difference with the lights. This cover goes on the bottom of the lights. Now, again, this is old versus the new. The bottom of the new is one piece. It does not come apart. So I was a little kind of shocked, if you will, when the person I got this, I was like, what do you mean it's in 2 pieces? So it just goes down onto the shower cap. And it was so snug that we had to use a hammer to kind of get it out. So let me go ahead and attach the lights. And the one thing I noticed about the old lights is that the utility cord that it's attached to, those big coil things, they're much more pliable than the new. I don't know why that is. I prefer the new just because they're a little bit stiffer. You don't want these lights crashing around. You definitely don't want these lights crashing around. So you have to line it up, coming around. Okay. Okay. And so the lights are on. And they're just, see how they're really like, they're loose, which the new ones you really have to bend. So yeah, I'm gonna have to be super careful with these. But anyway, and notice how when I put these on, it's gonna line up, hopefully, with the plug on the back side. That's the other thing. You wanna make sure your plugs are all aligned to the wall in the back, away from this guy right here. So, okay, so we have washed the tower, we have built the tower, we've combined the old and the new with some lights. Now we just, okay, so I had to fix something off camera, but I just wanted to show you that I was actually able to get that extra piece. So you can see the difference now. I took the lights off and I was able to use that extension rod on the inside. I squished it down just a little bit more. So I was able to use the old piece with the new piece and then add the baby green and then the top. So I just wanted to let you guys know that you can do that. It just takes a little bit of finessing with the difference of the holes, and just keep trying. That's just got to line them up. And then at the very top, you just got to make sure it's super, super tight. So yeah, she's taller than me. I'm 5'4". So we got lots of growing room.